Good evening, everybody. Today class is our time division multiplexing. Myself, G. Narsimulu, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Time division multiplexing used in the digital communications. An important feature of the TDM is conversion of the time. Different time intervals or periods or slots are allocated for different message signals, so that a common channel is utilized for transmission of these signals without any interference. The block diagram includes low-pass filter, commutator, pulse amplitude modulator, communication channel, pulse amplitude demodulator, decommutator, and reconstruction filters, message output. These low-pass filters are used to overcome the problem of pre-aliasing effect. The output of the pre-aliased filters are then fed to commutator, which is usually implemented using electronic switch circuitry. The function of the commutator is twofold, means only two terminals are there. To take a narrow sample of each of the n input signals at the rate of fs is greater than 2 omega, where w is the cutoff frequency of the pre-aliased filter. To sequentially interleave, these n samples are inside a sampling interval Es is equal to 1 by fs, where fs is the sampling frequency. The interleaving is nothing but multiplexing. The multiplexed signals is applied to pulse amplitude modulator, whose purpose is to transform the multiplexed signal into form suitable for transmission over communication channel. At the receiving end, the pulse amplitude demodulator performs reverse operation of the PAM. The decommutator distributes the signal to the appropriate low-pass reconstruction filters. The decommutator operates in a synchronization with commutator. Here G1 of t is corresponding to the one signal, G2 of t is corresponding to another signal. You can observe G1 of t, G2 of t alternatively. Suppose that n message signals to be multiplexed are transmitted as the same spectral properties, means having the same bandwidth, then the sampling rate for each message signal is determined in accordance with the sampling theorem. Let Ts denote the sampling period. Let Tx denote the time spacing between the two adjacent samples in the TDM signal. Tx is equal to Ts by n, where spacing between the two samples is Tx is equal to the Ts by n. Number of pulses per second is equal to 1 by Tx is equal to the 1 by Ts by n. You can also write n by Ts. 1 by Ts is nothing but Fs. So you can write 1 by a number of pulses per second is equal to n into Fs. The number of pulses per second is also called as a signaling rate. Signaling rate is equal to Nfs. Since Fs is greater than or equal to 2fm, fm is a modulating signal frequency, Fs is a sampling frequency. Here, pulse per second or signaling rate is greater than or equal to 2fm. The transmission bandwidth is equal to signaling rate by 2. Here, speed of the commutator in revolution per second, and is equal to omega, where omega is the minimum bandwidth of the message signal. The speed need to be synchronized with the sampling frequency. The speed of the commutator in samples per second, total number of segments into speed of the commutator in RPS. The minimum transmission bandwidth is equal to half of the sum of the Nyquist rate. Nyquist rate is different for different signals. That's what they included, sum of the Nyquist rate. Minimum bit rate is equal to half of the sum of Nyquist rate bits per second. Angle of separation corresponding to segments is equal to 360 by n, where n is the number of segments included in commutator. Angle of separation between each segment or pole is equal to 360 divided by total number of segments. Let me consider one simple problem here. What is the TDM? We'll come to know very well in good manner. A signal M1 of T is band limited to 3 kHz, and three other signals M2 of T, M3 of T, M4 of T are band limited signal to 1.5 kHz each. These are transmitted by means of the TDM. Set up a commutator scheme to realize the multiplexing with each signal sampled at Nyquist rate. Find the speed of the commutator in samples per second, the minimum bandwidth of the channel. You need to be understand as per given data in your question. Here we have four channels are there. That is M1 of T, M2 of T, M3 of T, M4 of T. M1 of T is according to the question, it is having 3 kHz band limited frequency signal. And M2 of T, M3 of T, M4 of T having all are same frequency, 1.5 kHz. According to Nyquist state Fs is equal to Fm or Fs is equal to omega. So you can write it as Nyquist state is equal to 2 into 3 kHz, 6 kHz, 2 into 1.5 kHz, 3 kHz like this. Number of segments, how many number of segments needed? Among these four signals, you have to be choose the least one. And that least one frequency needs to be divided over the next highest one. So that you will come to know that one, how many number of segments are needed for each and every signal from the commutator. Here, what is the least one frequency is 1.5 kHz. Here, 1.5 kHz is divided. It divides 3 kHz, so it requires two segments. Remaining all are one segment. It means two segments will be appear of the commutator at the receiving end or the transmitting end at 180 degrees apart from each other. It means two times the commutator is going to be taking the signal from the M1 of T. Corresponding to the number of segments 1, here it is corresponding to only 360 degrees. Means commutator is going to be select the signal from the M2 of T, M3 of T, M4 of T only once in total rotation of the commutator. That you have to understand angle of separation of the corresponding segments is equal 360 by n. Here 360 by n corresponding to this 360 by 2. Here 360 by 1, 360 by 1, 360 by 1. To know this one number of segments required, first you have to choose the lowest frequency signal. Angle of separation between each segment is equal to 360 divided by total number of segments, 360 divided by 5. How many number of segments are there? 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 5. So equal to 72. It means the segment to segment angle separation is 72 at the center of commutator. It can be measured. In the commutator is rotated at 3000 radians per second. Then in which the revolution we obtain sample each for M2 of T, M3 of T, M4 of T. Two samples from M1 of T. The commutator speed in RPS is equal to omega. Omega you have to be choose, it is the lowest frequency signal. 2 into 1.5 kHz is equal 300 RPS. Speed of the commutator in samples per second. Total number of segments into speed of the commutator in RPS. It is equal to 5 into 3000 RPS. It is equal to the 15,000 samples per second it can be collected by using one commutator. Minimum bandwidth of the channel is equal 1 by 2 sum of the Nyquist state. As I said that one, here different signals will have the different frequencies. So Nyquist state is different for the different signals. But commutator speed needs to be calculated or needs to be considered based on the lowest frequency of the input signals by multiplying with 2. Here, sum of the Nyquist state 6 kHz plus 3 kHz, 3 kHz, 3 kHz. It is like 2 into 3 kHz 2 into 1.5 kilohertz, 2 into 1.5 kilohertz, 2 into 1.5 kilohertz. Total, it is equal to 15 kilohertz divided by 2, 7.5 kilohertz. It is the minimum bandwidth of the channel you require for the transmission of time division multiplexing signals. This is next example to work out, to exercise, to get more information regarding how the time division multiplexing is working. These are the different examples. Advantages. There are some advantages of time division multiplexing which are given below. Time division multiplexing systems are more flexible than the frequency division multiplexing. Time division multiplexing circuitry is not complex. Problem of crosstalk is not severe. Full available channel bandwidth can be utilized for the each channel at given slot. Having some listed disadvantages are there. Synchronization is required in time division multiplexing. It is complex to implement. Due to slow narrowband fading, all the TDM channels may get wiped out. Here some list of applications are there. It used in integrated service digital network telephone lines and public switching telephone networks and some other private telephone systems in wireline telephone systems. If you want to browse more information, just click on these links. Okay, then you will get the more and more details regarding the time division multiplexing. Thank you. One and this is end of the class.